Hi, I'm going to talk through the application process for any school, district, or charter organization that's interested in accessing any of these math programs. Now and at any time, an interested school or district can submit a letter of intent or interest to us to indicate your interest in this opportunity. This will help us to communicate with you moving forward with any updates, as well as give us a sense of the amount of funding that will be requested. For the application, as an initial step, the school or district should determine and assess their needs around math instruction and acceleration, whether that's for the summer or for the school year. Then research the various options that are available and bring together a group of stakeholders to make a preliminary selection of which materials and programs you would like to use that best suit the needs of your students. The initial approval application can be downloaded from our webpage. Once you've filled out and completed that application, you will attach it and email it to us at the email address acceleratingmath@mass.gov. Once we receive that, we will review it and process it. We may follow up with additional questions or let you know that you are approved for what you've applied for, and you can move ahead to the next step. The next step would be to prepare an actual purchase order for the services that your school or district is interested in. Once you create that final purchase order, you'll submit it with your final application package, again, to our email address at acceleratingmath@mass.gov. Once that final application package, which includes the prepared purchase order, is approved, we will communicate with you to go ahead and move forward with the vendor to access those services. The vendor will then directly invoice DESE for those services as defined in the contract agreement and based on the purchase order that was approved. We would like to emphasize that districts and schools should be in communication with each other. If a district is applying for a group of their schools, it is expected that they communicate with those building leaders and teachers to understand what programs that they will be implementing and the professional learning that will be required to do. If schools are applying individually, it is expected that they have confirmed with their district leadership that they are not going to also be applying, because we will not be able to fund schools if there are redundancies in applications. So if a district applies, that includes a school, and a school applies individually, we'll need to relook at those applications. We would like to let you know that all Massachusetts public schools, districts, and charter schools are eligible to apply. The initial approval of funds for these programs will be based on the school or district's commitment to the expectations for implementation, based on competitive priorities, and our funding continuing to be available. For competitive priorities, we are looking for districts with at least one school, or if you are a school that is identified as requiring assistance in the state accountability system based upon 2019 data, or with an overall accountability percentile of 20 or below, again, based on the 2019 data. Another competitive priority is districts or schools whose total student population is comprised of 10% or more students identified as English learners. Or schools or districts that serve a population of students of which over 50% are identified as economically disadvantaged. If your school or district has at least one of those competitive priorities, the application process will be open for you to apply first, with a first initial due date of June 9th, 2021. After that initial competitive priority due date, we will then have rolling application due dates for everyone who's eligible, starting June 16th, June 30th, and then every 2 weeks during the summer. If funding continues to be available, we will add additional rolling application dates during the school year. At this time, I would also like to point you to a couple of resources that we offer from the department. One is that we would encourage you to sign up for our STEM newsletter if you have not already. It gets delivered right to your inbox on the first Friday of every month, where you will receive updates on current programming and opportunities that we are providing here from the department. Additionally, if you are a math leader in a school or district in Massachusetts, we'd like to invite you to join the Math Leaders Network. That includes some free PD sessions, opportunities to network with Java-like colleagues in Massachusetts, and engage in topic-specific work groups. If you would like more information and sign up for that, please email our math content specialist